Yesterday, folks, was the 120th day of protests in the city of Elizabeth City. And as you can see, here is some grass that I found. And so we did a demonstration. That's right, folks. We demonstrated. The 120th day of protesting in Elizabeth City over the police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st. That is 4 months if you count months as having 30 days, but some months don't have 30 days. So the 21st of August is technically the 4-month anniversary. Personally, months are fake. I don't believe in them. But that being said, day 120. I don't even, where do we even begin with day 120? That is a long time. I have attended every single day of protests, aside from day 72, because I had to meet with a certain someone in regards to a certain court case that will be happening on September 30th, reminder. And so that's why I missed day 72. But I consider that protesting in its own way. So I've been protesting every single day for, the last 120 days. And it's been an incredible experience. Again, right now we're at a phase where mostly it's seniors walking and marching. On Thursdays, which is today, day 121, we are going to be doing a senior sit-in at the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department. Last week, Tommy Wooten, the sheriff of Pasquotank County, met with us, and we had a 36-minute and 33-second conversation. You can go check that out on my channel. Just search for Tommy Wooten and scroll through all the videos of me calling him a disgusting pig, and then find that one. And so we're going to see if we can get a second meeting today. And so my show is happening earlier than usual because I'm going to be going there and attending. And again, this has been an absolutely excellent experience. Everyone in Elizabeth City is growing more and more together. The community is becoming more tight knit, and people are refusing to accept police violence, police intimidation anymore. This is one of the things that America itself is waking up to in a lot of ways. After 2020, a lot of people saw what happened with George Floyd, and a lot of people decided that police are not as good as they may have previously thought. And so all it takes is for police to kill someone in your small, rural city of about 20,000 people, and boom, 120 days later, we're still out here marching. And this is one of those things where the cops, they have the opportunity to do their job. Their job description is protect and serve. They, time and time and time and time and time and time again, choose not to do their job, and instead choose to murder and gun down citizens of this country for petty nonsense. Andrew Brown was murdered over drugs. Drugs. What? What is a drug? I know I am a little redundant, but if coffee is legal in all 50 states, there's a coffee shop right across the street from the sheriff's department. Robert Morgan, one of the murderers who killed Andrew Brown, goes to the Muddy Waters coffee shop right across the street frequently. We've seen him down there at least 2 times. If coffee is legal in all 50 states, why is cocaine illegal? Does anyone know? Can anyone answer that question? The answer to that question is racism. The war on drugs started in the 60s and 70s by racist right-wing, far-right politicians like Richard Nixon. And if you look at their administration, and if you look at their advisors' memos, you will find out that the war on drugs really kicked into high gear with the Controlled Substances Act, right? And the Controlled Substances Act was only enacted to, quote, target the blacks and the hippies. Why? Why would Richard Nixon want to target black people and hippies? Well, because they didn't like voting for him. And so what they did was they tried to criminalize activities that certain communities were disproportionately, or at least in their minds, disproportionately more likely to engage in. And so now, fast forward another 50 years or so, and you see cops constantly using drugs. There's constantly reports of police stealing from the evidence lockers. There's constantly reports of white people using drugs. In a lot of areas, white people use drugs at higher rates than people of color. And yet, people of color are policed more violently, more often, and are usually punished with higher jail time, higher fines, higher bonds, right? This is racism, folks. The war on drugs allows the police and the court system to enforce laws in the way that they want. And when you've got a state like North Carolina and a city like Elizabeth City and a county like Pasquotank County that is very extremely racist, they can see a white person smoking marijuana or snorting cocaine and go like, whatever. It's just, they're having a good time. But they see a black person doing so and they beat their shit in. They kill them or they send them to jail for 20 years. This is the United States of America. It's a country founded on racism, enforced by racists, and all of the people in power are racists, right? Now, again, this is what I've said. Either they are racist themselves or they're useless. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not to say that the city council of Elizabeth City are racist, but I am saying that a lot of the city council are useless. They can provide no value and protect the citizens in no way. How come the Elizabeth City Police Department didn't arrest the murderers who shot and killed Andrew Brown? It's because they're afraid. They are afraid to enforce the law. They are okay when a rival law enforcement agency comes in and murders one of their own citizens. Protect and serve. Why didn't the Elizabeth City Police Department protect and serve Andrew Brown Jr. from the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department? Why? Because they work in tandem. Cops and Klan go hand in hand, folks. They are one and the same. And you need to understand that this country is broken. And people in America are finally waking up. If people in a rural city of North Carolina of 20,000-ish people are willing to march for 120 days in a row, I'm afraid you've lost the culture war, buddy. You've lost. If people in these small towns are finally waking up to the system and are willing to actually put their foot down and to say no more, enough is enough, then we are on the cusp, or they are on the cusp of a losing battle. Now, really, we need to understand that at the end of the day, right, the power of people is stronger than the people in power. All we need to do is act accordingly, right? If the entire city of Elizabeth City of 20,000 residents decided to storm, which I'm not, necessarily endorsing, the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department, would they arrest us all? No, they couldn't. Their power is only available to them at the behest of those that are, again, like the racist white residents. Elizabeth City has about half the population that are white people, and a solid 80% of those white people are racist, disgusting motherfucking bigots, right? And so that's the class that upholds police and their brutal actions, right? You've got Tommy Wooten, the sheriff in charge of the murder squad, going to a church and getting praised. They were singing songs praising Tommy Wooten for murdering Andrew Brown? What? How is that possible? How have we developed a society where human beings cheer the murder and massacre of their neighbor? That's a question that I don't think we'll have the answer to anytime soon. But either way, yesterday was day 120 of the protests. And, we're not stopping, folks.